bringing that to life this year was the additional help from Star Citizen John Raines. We want to give a big shout out to John Raines, who is floating around here. He's also been working as a volunteer here at the Gloria Theater. He's probably helping people get in and whatnot. John Raines, you may know, if you watch Citizens of the Stars, he had created the GSS Artex clothing dispenser, which you can find in Port Olisar. He actually made one. Bringing that to life this year was the additional help from Star Citizen John Raines. We want to give a big shout out to John Raines, who is floating around here. He's also been working as a volunteer here at the Gloria Theater. He's probably helping people get in and whatnot. John Raines, you may know, if you watch Citizens of the Stars, he had created the GSS Artex clothing dispenser, which you can find in Port Olisar. He actually made one. Bringing that to life this year was the additional help from Star Citizen John Raines. We want to give a...
Dude, what are you going to do with it? And he's like, I have no idea. Yeah. And so that's when Aaron was like, yeah, we'll take it.
We'll take it. And not just that, but the attention to detail.
Absolutely.
Like if you look at the desks, they're exactly like the models of our outposts, except fitted to make it perfect for the booth, with the doors on the inside, with the ventilation system so the computers don't overheat.
Well, you buried the lead. We hadn't mentioned that he built desks for the show floor.
He did.
He built the desks for the show floor. He built the desks so well for the show floor that there's a bidding war between Chris and Aaron Roberts. This is
true story.
God's honest truth. We have our long broadcast desk. Like, well, if you could cut it in half and add a leg and a leg, these, they could have desks themselves, and they want to keep these desks. So I'm pretty sure one is going back and becoming Aaron's desk. They still have to figure out a way to get the other half back for.
See, but the thing that they don't understand is they're here in Germany, right? The desks are local.
Are you saying there's a new contender?
No, I'm just saying logistically it would make most sense if they're in the Frankfurt office.
So what you're saying is we should live stream a Star Marine match to settle this.
That is not what anybody was saying.
No, but if they did, I mean, yeah, we would. Me and my team
duke it out
win.
fair. Yeah.
We totally win, absolutely.
Right. And with all that furniture and the broadcast desk we were just talking about, we continued a tradition that began last year by bringing some of our favorite Star Citizen Twitch streamers with us to Gamescom to broadcast live from the show floor. And joining us this year was a cavalcade of people from all over the world.
Yeah.
We've got Sergeant Gamble from the Netherlands.
Yes.
We had Meyer Test from the UK, and making his second visit to Gamescom and a repeat visit, DJ Knight from the United States.
Yeah. DJ Knight! DJ...
No.
No?
Once was enough.
Okay.
Once was enough.
Sorry, DJ. I'll give you your $20 back.
And no, it was really cool to have them there. I mean, they were good guys, and it's really fun when you watch really experienced people play and watching having them there, and I stood over their shoulder watching them play together, and the stuff they were pulling off was amazing, and the camaraderie and the other citizens and backers and fans that would come up and they're taking pictures. It's a really good vibe.
Yeah, no, it really was.
So I was just showing some images of the people as they file in. Guys, I promise you only have to put up with us long enough for everybody to get into the venue.
I don't think I think they're cool with this. I think the fact that Brian Chambers is here, I think chat's going to be totally okay with this.
No, I hope they get in really quick so I can
As long as you don't leave, we should be okay.
Now, of course, we did bring the streamers to Gamescom this year, and this year we had a special treat. They got to play Star Citizen Alpha 3.0 live on the show floor. Not just our streamers, but the folks who visited the booth themselves.
Yep.
Now, there was a lot of conversation, a lot of questions on social media, on Twitter, on Reddit, and whatnot, about exactly what they were playing. What they were playing was the daily builds of Star Citizen Alpha 3.0 with only the most minor of changes. We added some spawn points down to an area of Daymar so that they didn't have to start in Port Olisar or start in Rimex. We left some vehicles there for them to begin with, scattered some weapons about, and disabled quantum travel. But other than that, what they were playing was Star Citizen Alpha 3.0. And I think people had a blast. We saw posts on Twitter, on Facebook, all throughout the week with videos, people experiencing Star Citizen for the very first time and getting to experience it in the best way possible.
Not to mention, I don't know how they do it. I couldn't do it, but there were people that stood in a line for almost 2 hours.
Yes.
Played for 15 minutes.
Yes.
And then got back in line.
Yes.
Like that blew my mind.
I was told, I saw two guys together that did that twice. Somebody else told me they knew somebody that did it 5 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I am not those people. Those people are better people than me.
I also found it
Most people.
was awesome when you say it was the most current build that we had. Every single day, when we got there in the morning, we uploaded the newest build and we patched everything.
Yes.
Right?
So we gotta get to the nature of game development too. Because on day one we had the atmospheric entry and re-entries. On day two they were missing.
They were missing.
Because such is the nature of game development. And then on day three it was back.
Yeah. And let's not forget the cameo appearance of Paul Rendell, the director of engineering for Pilot Grid Games, who showed up in the middle of our live stream to update our builds even further. I'm like, we're in the middle of a broadcast, Paul. He's like, I need to update your computer.
I'll be quick.
Oh,
I'll be quick.
okay, all right. You know, so trying to put our best foot forward, trying to show you the latest in Star Citizen development. We had a couple. There were a couple interesting stories. A couple of interesting things happened while we were playing.
There were a lot.
What was your favorite moment from the 3 days so far?
I would honestly say my number one. I think you know what I'm going to say, but I'll save that one. But probably the firefight on the dark side.
The firefight on the dark side, yes.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, I believe it was Sergeant Gamble and Meyer. They raced their Gladiuses across the surface of the moon. The race was to get to complete darkness and land. And that was the race, and they got there, and then they discovered that they were in total abject darkness, where they could only see the little suit lights on the lights, and they proceeded to engage in a firefight with their flashlights. It flashed the flashlight and log on just to get quick glimpses of where they were, and it was great. It was like a Tom Clancy movie.
It was actually really cool. They both had their flashlights on, and they started fighting. I think it was Meyer who just turned off his flashlight, and it was just like, wow, that's actually really clever. So then they both did so.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
What's your favorite moment, Brian?
Right now.
Oh, no, definitely not. Just kidding. Honestly, I don't have one. There were so many watching people play. I would literally stand in the middle, and I could turn my head at any given time, and you would see these epic moments. These epic moments you really could not script of, dog battling and stuff blowing up in front of you, and then you're seeing the atmosphere, and you're seeing the curvature of this and the other moon in the background. It was every shot you were just like, what is going on?
I'll give you one. I'll give you one. 3-person dogfight. They flew up into orbit.
Yeah.
Into orbit. They were flying all the way into orbit. Went through, exit, and then flipped back down
awesome.
and continued the fight during re-entry. And you got to see a Gladius just completely destroyed during re-entry. Yeah. And that it was an amazing visual, and I wish I was like, oh, we didn't get it on tape.
But I would say when I stood there for 10 minutes watching people, I would see 3 types of those things. Where I was like, oh, right, and you were excited, and you saw it, and you would see, and even sometimes the disappointment. I would see some people flying through and they're dog fighting, and you got these beautiful vistas, and they think they're doing great, and they kill somebody, and they're all excited, and all of a sudden somebody flies around and they get killed, and the sigh of defeat because they were so into it in the moment. You're like, nope, you got to watch yourself at any moment when you got that many ships flying around.
Absolutely. And one of my favorite was we invented a brand new game challenge this week. This week, it was the Drake Cutlass suborbital release and catch.
Yes.
Basically, we loaded people into a Cutlass. We took them straight up out of atmosphere into orbit, and then they would eject themselves from the Cutlass, and as they fell to the planet, the Cutlass had to then dive bomb back down with its back door open, past them as they fell, and then align themselves underneath and catch them.
Yep.
Now, as you're in your free fall, the player cannot control his actions. He's in free fall, he can't move, so it's entirely up to the Cutlass player to maneuver in a mirror orientation as he's going down.
It was an interstellar moment.
Yes, while the ground was rushing up toward you, and Sergeant Gamble successfully completed the very first Drake Cutlass suborbital.
Kind of. The side door.
That was comedy.
He got him after several attempts where Meyer would bounce off the sides. He got him straight in the back door, and then Meyer flew out the side door. So I still call that a catch.
I think it counted.
I think it was awesome. It's like a pass through, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Show the floor now. Look at it starting to pile in.
All right.
Wait. I can leave now?
Nope, not yet. We're not ready to start. And you see people are piling in. Here we go. I figured out how to use the fade.
Whoa, hey, look at you.
Fancy.
Look at the fades. But they're all piling in. So
that is cool.
You're almost done with us, everybody. So in addition to the gameplay from the show,
Wait, hold on. A catch. The definition of a catch. What is that? You hold it, right? You grab it. It's solid.
All right.
Look,
this is
Sergeant Gamble didn't
He
have
went through it like liquid, like in and out, like it just.
Sergeant Gamble didn't have many wins this week.
So you're trying to get something?
They were doing Nox races, right? They were doing Nox death races, and the final ranking at the end of all things was Meyer #1, DJ Knight #2, a Speak and Spell with its batteries removed #3, and Sergeant Gamble at #4.
I thought
brutal.
Big Benny's was on there too.
You know, Meyer was actually vicious. Every race, he pulled out the weapons.
Yeah. So I want to give the releasing catch to Gamble. He did get him through the center. It's not his fault the side door was open and Meyer went.
Well, you know, he is in charge of the ship. He could have closed the door.
Meyer should have grabbed onto something when he got in there.
Your analogy just made a lot of work for the moderators.
Yeah. Sorry.
So in addition to the gameplay from the show floor, we also had several interviews with CIG luminaries. Joining us on the first day was Brian Chambers. On the second day, we had the incomparable Aaron Roberts, head of global production in Foundry 42 UK. And then calling in this morning at 1 o'clock in the morning from CIG LA was Eric Kyron Davis, studio director of our LA office, still in the office, still working with his team, trying desperately to prepare for Gamescom and continuing work on 3.0. It was great to have you guys on there. Thank you so much for that.
You were in the booth the whole week.
Yeah, I was. Every morning I'd show up, I would hang out, random press would come up, I was probably on 20 different live streams.
Yeah, as somebody who was once a backer, that's much appreciated.
Awesome, no. And it's actually funny at times. They're like, hey, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Next thing you know, it's like, there's the camera. All right, we're live with Brian. And I'm like, whoa, hold on.
A lot of live streamers visiting the booth.
And that was cool. That was actually really, really cool.
And you thought doing that on Wednesday got you out of this.
Yeah, kind of.
How mistaken you were.
No, here I am now.
And honestly, you're doing so good. We're going to do this every time now.
I joke about it, but it is fun. It is fun. And if I can help you guys, you know.
So in addition to the gameplay streams, in addition to the interviews, we were also giving out a limited series, a trading card set celebrating the ships of 3.0 that are coming available. There are 7 ships being added to 3.0, well 5 new ships being added and 2 ships making their triumphant return in improved chassis. We've got.
What are the cards we gave out so far?
Well, so far on the first day we gave out the
Cutlass,
the Cutlass and the Nox.
Yep.
On the second day was the Prospector and the Ursa. Today we gave out the Aurora and the Dragonfly. And tomorrow will be the Constellation Aquila, which we'll see in action later on tonight.
And you know, I've heard rumors that there might be some other cards floating around.
There is a 8th card. It's incredibly rare.
There is.
It is going around for an incredibly super limited ship. Now, folks, these cards do have QR codes on the back, but anybody can access them. Folks have taken pictures of the QR codes. They've shared them on Twitter. They've shared them on Reddit. And whatnot.
I may have some of those special cards.
You may have some of those special cards?
I may.
Do you want to give one to someone right now?
I don't have them on me.
Well, I have one on me. Here, well, let's do this right now. I have.
Wait, live?
Are you gonna reveal it?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna reveal it.
You're not.
But I have 3 of the special cards for the incredibly limited edition ship right now, and I'm just gonna fling them out into the crowd.
You literally just flung them out.
I'm just gonna fling them out in the crowd.
Oh.
So somebody's gonna some of those people are just gonna discover them right now. Let's do more.
Yep.
You should have. Wait, switch to the feed.
Oh, can you see me?
Yeah. No, maybe not.
No.
Let me throw. That just looks fun. Can I throw one?
No. Let's do it.
Okay, ready?
You guys are gonna get sued now.
I'm pretty sure they just saw that. I just held the card up really badly.
I think that hit somebody in the eye.
Nope, that didn't work.
Ow, that hit my head.
It did.
Nope, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, some of them got out there. Some of them got out there.
Here you go.
All right, some of them. Yeah, give that one to somebody.
Here.
Here, hand that to somebody over there.
Pass it down.
Wait. Can I just throw random stuff now?
No.
No. I mean, this is the equipment for the stream, right?
You're too high level. Only at our level can you throw things at people. So look for those on social media. Somebody's going to take a picture of them and put them on there for another limited ship. Okay.
The last card is cool though, and I think tomorrow.
Tomorrow we can buy the booth and hand some out?
No, I don't remember what time it is. But there's another get-together.
Oh yes, there is the Hyatt Beer Garden.
Correct.
Tomorrow from.
Did we talk about the Bar Citizens already?
Well, I was just getting to that.
We'll
But the Hyatt Beer Garden happens tomorrow from 3 to 5 local time. If you are in the area, of course, if you are in the area, you're probably in front of us at the stage right
so
now.
Then
Not
they can't hear what I'm saying. Yeah.
So
Right.
Bar Citizens.
Yes.
We had 2 Bar Citizens this week. The first one was on Wednesday. The next one was on Thursday. Wednesday was the better of the 2 Bar Citizens because it was my birthday.
It was.
It was my birthday, and it was tremendous. And no
I
matter
showed up for a minute.
you did, you were there for at least a minute and a half. And even though the second Bar Citizen had like twice as many people, and by all accounts was way more.
Okay, wait, hold on. Don't gloss over this, right? Listen, happy birthday. I'm really happy I got to spend it with you this week. Well, but happy birthday week. Happy week of your birthday. Happy belated birthday. I hope you step on a Lego. Wait, sorry. No, what I was going to say is the first Bar Citizen. I'm sorry. It's brotherly. The first Bar Citizen was packed. I was really surprised just how many people showed up. So the second night, when I got there, it blew my mind because the patio, you remember the patio? Mm-hmm. Every single seat was filled with just Star Citizens.
That's awesome.
Yes, look at everybody wishing you happy birthday. See, people do care.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
I already wished it, so I'm not going to say it again.
So people are still filing in, guys. You can see that there. We'll give you another view here. Give you another view. They are eagerly awaiting the beginning of the presentation. There's basically, see those colored lights at the top there? When those colored lights begin to flash, that is our visual cue that we get to wrap this up and start the presentation. So
I'm going to pay the lighting guy like $5.
The lighting guy just lighting the lights right now.
Hey, lighting guy, hey.
Now, of course, any event like this, a CitizenCon, Gamescom, when we go to PAX, whatnot, they absolutely cannot be done without the tireless effort of all volunteers.
Seriously.
So from the bottom of Tyler's heart, we want to thank you. I don't have a heart. We want to thank you guys for making these events possible.
Appreciate your honesty.
The volunteers are the only way we can pull these things off. When you've got 10 PlayStations or workstations, no copyright or anything, or demo stations on the show floor, all with a brand new build of Star Citizen Alpha 3.0, and nobody knows how to play it. And these volunteers, they come early, they stay late, they learn the ins and outs of the game, and they spend all day talking. They never stop talking and sharing their knowledge with the people who come to play the game. So they help us put our best foot forward on the show floor. So thank you so much.
Yeah, seriously, thank you. It's awesome.
Especially you. You know what I'm talking about.
They honestly work really, really hard. And even if they have a time, they're going to be there for a few hours to help. They're always there early. Yeah. They don't want to leave. It's
No, I felt bad. My feet were starting to hurt after day 2. So I sat down for a second. I was like, oh, my feet. And then one of the volunteers comes up and says, hey, are you on break? Because we got it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm coming. Like,
yeah.
They work their ass off.
They do. It's awesome.
Yeah. Now, in addition, Tyler, there were a couple of social media teases throughout the week.
Yes, indeed.
A couple different social media programs going on.
A little bit of an Origin takeover, hinting at something.
Yeah, there are quite a few ads from Origin.
Nobody knows what it's about.
Yeah, 600 reasons, but I don't know what for. They seem intent on revealing something, and it would be fair to note that Origin is the official sponsor of Gamescom 2947.
They're in the house.
Yep, they're in the house. You can't quite see it on our cameras here, but they have the Origin logos on the sides of the walls and a number of Origin posters throughout the venue here. We're very pleased that Origin could be here with us and help us out this Gamescom 2947. But Origin teases weren't the only things that happened on social media. I understand there was also people had to hunt down Ulf, our new community manager.
Yeah, we did a bunch of giveaways. Basically, we started off the week. We had 10 tickets to this event. All 10 of them are now gone. We did find Ulf and give him a fist bump, give him a high five, give him a salute. We had first person to show up at the booth with one of the temporary Star Citizen tattoos. Yeah, it's just fun stuff all week, and it was actually really exciting because everybody who won a ticket, I was like, do you already have a ticket? Because you can use it for a friend if you already do. They're like, no, I wanted one so bad. I was racing to get one. I had to work. I missed the sale. I was like, this is actually awesome. I hope we do stuff like that in the future. So,
I'm sure we will.
Absolutely. If I have anything to do with it, we will.
All right, what are you pointing at?
That's my certainty. Like,
oh. I'm
certain of this.
I thought you were telling me the lights were flicked.
No, not yet.
Oh, hold on, they flash? I can go?
No,
we're
yet.
We're not done.
Calm down.
We're not done.
Just
that's what I thought. So what else is going on, Brian? I like gladiator movies.
What was your talking name again? No, this week's been awesome. Honestly, it's been awesome. Even today for this event, as I did last year, I walked the entire line with people, hang out. People are telling me stories. You know, just chat with them. I see people that I've seen year after year now, so it's like, hey, old friends, you know, in a way. You meet new people are telling us, you know, kind of inspirational stories. So I actually walked the line twice. I walked it once by myself, and then I was about done, and it's a far walk, because it went all the way down the street and around the corner, and then Sandy popped out and said, hey, let's walk the line. So walked the line again. More pictures. Just when I was done, Big Benny showed up.
I was going to say, did you see Dastro?
I saw him.
Yes.
Now,
I actually have a picture of him.
Now, I understand Dastro showed up last year. Dastro is one of many Star Citizens who dress up at events like this. And last year, he came as a Big Benny's machine. But following him on social media, it looked like he was upgrading his costume somewhat.
Yes.
I haven't seen him in person this year.
It's not the greatest resolution.
Pull it back.
No way.
It's focused here.
There's no way.
Sorry,
I'll tell you what. Go to the Star Citizen.
No, there you go.
Go to the Star Citizen Twitter account. I just retweeted somebody. I think I retweeted you. There's your picture on there.
Awesome.
There you go.
It was cool though. It was dialed in. It was fun. It had lights. It made noises. And the only reason I knew he was there is I just heard this thunderous cheer come from behind me, and I'm like, what's there? And I looked, and it's like literally like Big Benny's almost in slow motion because he's got to kind of waddle. So it was awesome.
You would think a giant vending machine, you could see him from here.
I actually don't know if he could have fit through the door.
Well, that would be very disappointing.
That would be really unfortunate.
You spent all that time, you know, dressing up, and he couldn't even get into the event. I'm sure he's around here somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. So what's next?
Well, we also showed some awesome commercials this week as well.
We did show some commercials. You know, maybe that's as good an opportunity to share one of these right now. Let's see, what do we have queued up here?
No, I didn't even know you actually had
it queued up. We do have one that's queued up.
Yeah,
I think I can play one of these. Let's try one of these. Let's see if we can take a look at the Ursa commercial.
All right. A little bit of screaming on the floor.
Yes, there was a lot of screaming on the floor. They saw something we didn't.
No. I think somebody was peeking out from backstage.
So that was the Ursa Rover commercial. There we go. The Ursa Rover commercial.
That weather though.
Yes.
That's my favorite part.
Yes.
By far.
Let's just talk about the weather now.
Well, it was snowing. It was blue.
Twitch chat is making fun of my previous faux pas from the other day. The Ursa Nox.
Did you say that on stream?
Yes. I was very exhausted this morning, so you can only imagine how I am
Look at
now.
the bags on them. I'm
Yeah,
tired too.
I referred to it as the Ursa Nox several times.
It's been a long week. You can get away with it.
Yes.
It has been a long week.
All right, so Brian, we have 5 studios around the world. We've got our studio in LA, the original studio in Austin. Then we expanded to Manchester, then to Frankfurt. Most recently, we've opened a satellite office in Derby.
Yeah.
You're the man in charge of our Frankfurt studio.
Correct.
We talked a little bit about it before, but can you elaborate a little bit about what the Frankfurt studio contributes to something like 3.0? I know things like this is all hands on deck. Things get passed between studio to studio to studio.
100%.
But what are some of the contributions that you think of off the top of your head that we'll be seeing tonight in 3.0?
Well, you think of the engine tech. It's we've done so much on it and talked about it early on, but engineers Marco Corbetta and Preston Wenzel and the whole team there pulling together the procedural tech for the procedural planets working closely with all the other engineers and closely with the environment art team. So that was really kind of, I think, our first big visual impact we had across everything. But as we've expanded, I mean, we've touched everything, and you know, we make all the weapons there. There's a big plane design. When you think of what you're going to see tonight, and Todd Pappy was the one to basically coordinate across the design team and work very, very tirelessly to help craft this experience that we're going to see.
Todd Pappy, or as I like to call him, video games Ray Liotta.
Yes, exactly. But it was really, you know, hey, in order to pull the, hey, what are we going to show, right? And so you look at what we have, and you go, cool, well, we have this ship, we have this tech, we have this part's coming online, this part's coming online. So I was able to look at all that and go, okay, well, how can we present this in a really kind of cool, epic way? So he's done an awesome job, and of course, then that means AI team is involved, and system designers, and level designers, and the environment art team, and so on. So it really, truly, when we say it's a collaboration, it really is, right? We had to lean up people in LA, and people in Austin, and people in the UK, and in Derby for facial animation and so on. So it's
Totally.
yeah. I hate taking ownership for anything because it really does take everybody to be able to pull this together.
Todd Pappy is texting you. He says thank you right now.
Yeah,
He said thank you. I heart you too,
Yeah.
Todd.
I can't help but notice, Todd, I don't have a text from you.
Yeah, it's like
I thought we were cool. Todd Pappy, fan of the show.
Looks like I just got one myself too.
So that means we have one person watching at least, Todd Pepe.
No, we have another guy. There's one guy in chat who keeps asking Jerry to take his shirt off. So we've got other people watching.
Oh, I gotta say hi. I gotta say hi to my wife and son as well. They're watching at home, so I'll be home soon.
Hi, Mom.
No, I don't think my mom's watching.
No, that was from my mom.
Oh, okay. Just want to put it in context.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I got a text.
Is it Todd?
No, it's my mom.
Todd, don't text him. It's fine.
Yeah, we're good.
So we really are kind of just killing time now.
Yeah.
You know? No, honestly, that's what it is. We're the pre-show until everything's sorted.
Yeah.
We literally, for this event, we got in here yesterday to start setting up. As you can imagine, with what you see and what we're doing, there's a tremendous amount of technical that goes behind this to be able to pull everything together and to live stream it out and to get all the cameras and so on and audio and everything. And then we were back in today going through what we're going to show you.
We have more things to show.
We do have more things to show. What do we have to show?
Well, you showed the rover.
Yeah.
Do you have the other one queued up too?
I do.
Let's do the Dragonfly one.
You want to show the Dragonfly?
Yeah, I like that one.
Dragonfly.
Let's do it. Let's try that. Sign, guys, that we're on a 5-minute launch right now. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to go before we anticipate starting. We are seeing the players begin to take their positions. So when they're ready and they've given us the signal, we're going to wrap this up real quick. I want to just say bye. We're going to bye. We're going to go right to the thing.
I think we should say bye.
We don't want to say bye now.
Yeah, that's not enough.
No.
We'll say it quickly. Because when it's showtime, it's showtime.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
Yeah.
You know better than me.
So
I purposely try to create these awkward moments. I don't know why, but
that's good. You could just spout off random jokes.
It could be that I'm tired. Yeah, that's true.
You're doing great.
Did Tom Pepper?
Do you know why pirates can't spell?
No.
Because they always get lost at sea. R.
No.
I'll see myself out.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna work.
Is there anything in chat going on?
Dub.
Hold on. Somebody's asking. Let's just have silence for 4 minutes.
All right, we're just gonna have silence for 4 minutes. You know, and leave it up to the crowd music. We'll just sit here for a little bit.
Put it on the crowd. That'll look at us.
You know,
Jared just said silence, and then you started talking.
Well, you know what, Mr. Chambers?
Have you guys had fun this week, though?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unforgettable.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, you can notice Glenn, a member of our Frankfurt QA team, he has taken his place on the stage there. He's probably just doing final countdown, final checks, make sure everything is ready to go. You might remember Glenn. He was one of the primary demo players from last year's Gamescom.
He was player number 1 last year.
He is a superstar. We love Glenn here.
Yeah, he's good. He works out of the Frankfurt office. He originally started at the UK office and then transferred over because Germany's so cool.
Germany is cool. I like Germany.
UK's cool too.
Yeah, we lost Melissa. I was in QA.
Yeah, but she came to Germany because Germany's cool.
Yeah, I will admit, this is my first time here.
Yeah, that's true.
It has been great. I appreciate how welcome you've all been.
Absolutely.
Alright, we've seen a request. Somebody's requesting the Cutlass commercial, so we're going to go and play the Cutlass commercial.
Do it up.
Let you see the Cutlass commercial, and then we'll be right back. Sorry, that was the Aurora commercial. The Aurora commercial was very, honestly, if I had to be completely honest, I think the Aurora commercial is cooler than the Cutlass commercial because it shows all the variants and the various features.
I like them all. I totally disagree.
I'm not saying you can't like them all, but I'm just saying it's like your kids. Oh, we've got the symbol! We've got show sign, guys.
Start this goodbyes. Ready? Here we go.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
You say bye.
I'm going to say slow goodbye. Thanks for watching the pre-show. Great to be here.
Seriously.
Hope you enjoy it. It's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Ciao.
That will dictate key, tempo, and the arrangement of musical notes that will create harmonies, melodies. takes an orchestra. Master technicians of their craft, working in perfect unity to transform notes into sound and those sounds into an experience. But most of all, it takes emotion. A feeling so powerful that it transcends words. It must be conveyed in another form. Introducing the new 600i from Origin. A symphony in motion. See your authorized Origin dealer for details.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Sandy Gardner.
Guten Abend zusammen. Wir freuen uns, dass ihr heute Abend dabei seid. Now I'm going to continue in English because I feel like all you Germans speak English better than I speak German. So, good evening everybody. Thank you everybody for joining us here personally tonight, and also to all of you online, including our CIG staff. I just want to send our quick thoughts across to our Austin, Texas office, and also to the Hall of Texas, as there is supposed to be a Category 3 rolling in there. So our thoughts are with you. Moving on, as you may or may not know, Germany is our second largest audience outside of the US, and it continues to be. So thank you very much for having us here again. We love being in Cologne. Since last Gamescom, we've had around 240 working days, and we have smashed 11,279 bugs. And we now have over 400 plus staff worldwide. So, on behalf of all of our staff, I'd like to say how grateful that we are for your continued support, as none of this would be possible without all of you. And you definitely are a great motivator in more ways than one, sometimes slightly negative, but mostly positive. Mostly positive, yes. And so if you haven't stopped by our show floor, we are in Hall 9, booth A51. And thank you to all the volunteers who are helping us out there, and also to the streamers. If you can't get to the show floor, you can see it on the stream. Thank you very much to Twitch. I'm assuming we're also on the front page tonight of Twitch. So, without further ado, I am going to introduce the man who you've all been waiting for, Chris Roberts.
Good to see you guys tonight. Are we having fun? Yeah. So normally I would have a PowerPoint, which we can have a bit of one here, and we would go over all the points, but we thought that perhaps we should just get straight in to a demo. And show you a combination of things. So first off, this is what we're going to show you is our 3.0 build. I'm going to show you some parts of 3.0 now that's all pulled together as opposed to what we showed a year ago. And we're also going to show a couple of additional things that will be coming down the road that are built into this that we're pretty excited by. Hopefully you guys will like it. And so without further ado, I'm going to move to the appropriate screen. We good to go, Glenn, on our side? Okay, and then the only thing I'll warn you is this is probably the most high level of coordination difficulty demo we've ever done live before. So, and we still have a lot of bugs in 3.0, so I'm not making any promises. All right, thank you. So as I mentioned, we're showing you a snapshot of 3.0 that you guys will be getting your hands on in the very near future as soon as we get rid of the remaining bugs. The big in 3.0, we now have, going to bring the music down a bit on this at the moment. So in 3.0 we now have 3 different moons. So we've got Delmar, Daymar, Selen, and Yella. And in addition to that, we have the asteroid of Delamar, which has the Levski landing zone on, and it's the first full implemented landing zone that we're having in the PU. And it's much more built out than it was previously. And with 3.0, we have proper persistence, which means that your character state is retained, your ship state is retained, your items state is retained. So if your ship's shot up and you leave the game and come back, it will still be shot up. Also, your location is important, so if you leave a ship on a moon, it will still be there when you come back, or maybe not if someone else has stolen it, but it certainly won't just respawn back in your hangar. So, and the sort of 3 major save points currently in the 3.0 build are Port Olisar, Levski, and Grim Hex. So we're going to start here in Levski. Glenn here is in his easy hat. Let's get out of bed, Glenn. Well, you wouldn't expect Glenn to sleep in his spacesuit, would you? That is so 2.6. So, as you've noticed, Glenn is in his skivvies, so sleeping outfit. But in 3.0, we've this is quite different than what we showed last year. We have a completely modular clothing system, so you can dress however you want. There's, previously it was like you either had your civilian outfit or your armor outfit. That's no longer the case in 3.0. You can do, any combination you want. So you can put whatever, different jacket, trousers, t-shirt, blunt coat, armor. You can mix and match different armor pieces, different helmets, and everything. So let's pull up our Moby Glass, Glenn. So the other thing you'll notice here, and in the Moby Glass, well, one of the apps will help us dress, but just to notice here in Moby Glass, that's another big difference between what we showed last year and what we've put into the new 3.0, which is we've completely refactored the Moby Glass, which is your sort of, well, it's basically a smartphone in the future. And here's sort of the home screen, which I think we've shown on a few ATVs, but just to go through it, obviously that's how much money we've got, 125,000 UEC. You can see in the middle what a heart rate is, and there's a, we have this thing called the stamina system that we're introducing with 3.0, which tracks your stamina, so our heart rate indicates how exhausted we can become. And so if we're running around a lot, that'll go up, our stamina will go down. If we're injured, it potentially will go up too. And obviously, exerting yourself, running around affects that. Whether you're injured affects that. Also, what you're wearing affects that. What you're carrying affects that. So it's quite important in terms of, I think, immersive gameplay. And then to the right, we can see the external atmosphere reading. At the moment, it's 1 atmosphere, and we have a breathable atmosphere. So the other thing that we've added to 3.0 is we track the atmosphere you're in. So in the case of Levski, there's a breathable atmosphere inside Levski, but it's on an asteroid, so when you go outside, there is no breathable atmosphere. We also can track the composition of the atmosphere, which you can see there. So there could be an atmosphere, but poisonous to you, say, a human. So either you need to be in a breathable atmosphere, or you need to be wearing a suit, spacesuit, environment suit, whatever, that has an oxygen supply, or you will die. So that's not very good. And then, on the rest of the homepage, if you've got your currently selected vehicle, you would have the status of that, your track mission, and then if you have your suit, that would be the status of the suit, how much oxygen you've got, how much, what the suit's got, how much your tank's got. So here on the bottom are where all our apps are. So the first app on the top left is the Contract Manager. Now the Contract Manager is where you'll get the various jobs or missions, however you want to think of it, in the game. Big thing for 3.0 is we've completely moved away from the old missions that we've had and moved into Subsumption, which runs both our missions and our AI. So that's the AI. So that's a massive undertaking. I think we had about 16 missions in 2.6. In 3.0, we have, I think, about 26 different archetypes of missions, and beyond that, they can be combined in different combinations, and there's a large amount of procedural missions, so literally there could be millions of missions that you do in 3.0. It won't stop, so it's not like you have 16 finite missions you do and you're done. There's missions to escort, missions to deliver something to a location, missions to go and get something from a location, missions to investigate a missing person, whether someone's dead on a wreck or not, identify them, take someone out, clean up pirates, and there's these templates that can be put together in different combinations, and on top of that we can also have some missions that will be created where there can be a mission from one player and then another player is given a mission in opposition to that. So there's a lot of potential for ongoing gameplay in 3.0 that wasn't in 2.6, which is important because now we have persistence, and so you need to earn money to keep your ship repaired or to keep it rearmed. I mean, no longer free missiles or no longer free fuel and all the rest of the stuff. Well, that's a game. You've got to earn your money to keep your ship going. So there'll be much more of a game mechanic. So here's where we would have the various, so like for instance, this is just a simple one, a collection from Yella. Customer requires medical supplies, crate to be collected from an outpost on Yella and delivered to Port Olisar. So between this and between trading, where you can buy commodities in one location, take it to another and sell it, there's a whole sort of beginning of a dynamic economy that we can run. So besides the various jobs that we can select here, There can also be offers that we're getting from individuals. And by the way, in 3.0, it'll just be from the game and NPCs. But going forward, players will be able to also put missions up here and give off, basically make offers to other players. So let's see if we got any offers. So here we have, there's a job opportunity and Eckhart Security, if everyone remembers Miles Eckhart from last year. So he is one of the 2 mission givers in 3.0. And he says another job's popped up, thought you'd be a good fit, so we probably should go and talk to him about it. So we will accept that. And then if we have a mission that we've fully accepted, because we just accepted the offer to talk about it, we would have an accepted queue, and then also the history of missions we've done in the past. Then the other sort of tabs we have is there's one for our sort of repair, restock, refuel stuff if we were at a Cryastro station, or you can also do that in locations like Levski or Port Olisar. Over here, the next tab will be the vehicle works. It's currently called Live Works IR, but this is, you'll be able to modify and change out equipment on your ship very much like you can in the Arena Commander app at the moment. We also have a journal, although we haven't really done anything at the moment, but it's just beginning. And then we have comms, which we'll show you in a little bit, and Star Map, which we'll show in a bit, but we'll go to the Player Manager app right here, which is how we sort of organize our dressing. So we're in the skivvies, this is why we went to the movie glass in the first place, so let's put on some trousers, and some boots, and maybe a jacket. There we go. Looking very fashionable to go outside. And in 3.0 there's actually quite a lot of clothes that we've added for people to dress and customize themselves how they want. Alright, Glenn, let's turn around. And one other sort of major interface feature that we've done, which we talked a little bit about in ATV, is what we call the player interaction mode. And if any of you guys have been down on the show floor and played a little bit there, I think you started to use it, but it's everywhere. It's our unified way of interacting, so you hit F, and you move the mouse around, anything you can interact with will be highlighted. The action will have an inner thought, potentially be more than one action. And it's how you press buttons, open doors, pick up an item, again, interact with your cockpit. So you no longer have to remember all these shortcuts. So when you're in your cockpit, there are physical buttons to do everything like deploy landing gear, open the canopy, all the rest. So of course there still will be the shortcuts, but for a new user experience, I think it's much more friendly. So here we are outside our Easy Hab, and one other small feature that we've added, which is, well, there you go, movement. Use mouse wheel, up mouse, speed. So we can control our movement speed with the mouse wheel, which, in a PC FPS game, normally WASD, you're either running or you're not running. So this sort of allows us to control our speed. So if we're in a social situation, we don't want to be running around, say, inside the bar. But when we want to get somewhere fast, like get to the bar, yes, we may want to run. And you also notice the hint system that came in. So the hint system is something else we've added to 3.0 to make the experience much more friendly for new players. We're hoping there'll be quite a few new people in 3.0. And here, so we're in Levski. We obviously saw this last year, but what we didn't see last year is AI moving around, doing things, in that case sitting down. I think if we look, yeah, he's checking his movie glass. Maybe there's a maintenance guy doing some work somewhere. I guess not now. That's the nature of AI running around. There's about 200 AI running around Levski at the moment. And it's the beginning of subsumption. Subsumption AI is what we're using in Squadron 42 and we'll be using in the PU. It's very much a Sims type AI, so people have schedules, they go to sleep, they get up in the morning, they go to work, they go get lunch, etc., etc. Alright, so let's go down. I guess if we follow him, we'll see he'll probably, maybe he's going to use the, no, he's going to check it out. He's going to get his little thing out, and he's going to do some work on it. There you go. Alright, let's go down to Cafe Music. So in 3.0 there is sort of basic AI moving around, doing things. shopkeepers, bartender, mission givers, but it's just the beginning of what we're putting on, and it's going to be much more fluid and more sophisticated as you go down. Again, we use the user interaction mode for everyone. Here we're in Dalamar. There's, as you can see, there's a fairly big amount of change in the sort of space landscape. This is actually how Dalamar is meant to be. It's a very large asteroid in a big asteroid field. So we have some pretty large asteroids up there. There's a couple that are 20 plus kilometers inside. And here we are at the sort of the main market section, which we walked through last year. And if you haven't noticed on the sort of lighting and volumetric fog, so we've switched to volumetric fog, which we also had a little piece on ATV. Makes the lighting much better, so there's sort of a sense of shops are available throughout Grand Mata. And one of the nice things, so with 3.0, like between this and last year, we filled out all the shops in Levski and added some stuff in other places like Port Olisar. So for instance, there's shops for ship items and weapons. Let's go and find Niles Eckhart. So besides clothing shops, armor shops, personal weapon shops, there's shops for ship items, and in the next release we will have ships that you can buy as well. That will be the full amount, the trifecta. Right. Alright, well we're gonna switch to Glenn's partner to find Miles, because Miles seems to be missing for us.
Glenn, are you down here?
There he is.
Hey, Glenn.
Alright, let's take to Miles. Get our mission.
Glad you can make it. Grab a seat. From time to time, jobs find their way to me that aren't orthodox requests. That's a better way to say that, but let's just say they aren't the kind of ops you can give to just anyone. They require a very specific type of person. Now, mutual friends have told me that you might be one of those precious few who are capable of completing a contract without question. If I'm wrong, we can leave it at that. Enjoy a drink in my spectacular company for a few minutes. We'll part ways with the understanding that this meeting never happened. If I'm right, I might just have a gig that I could use you for.
So again, the player interaction mode is used for this again. So we can either be interested or not, but we're interested obviously, otherwise
To give you some backstory here, one of the many services Eckhart Security provides is as independent investigators. Sometimes that means extracting black box data, pulling data pads from wrecks, or even looking for missing persons. Different day, different job. That's what my dad always said. Sending you the details.
Alright, let's go ahead and send us details. Let's check out what the mission is. Retrieve black box. So, here's the mission. The government witness be transported across the system to testify in the trial of major syndicate boss. When the transport was shot down, the lawyers want to prove that they were targeted by syndicate assassins, so paying good money to retrieve the black box which recorded the crime. Unfortunately, it's highly likely that if the syndicate did organize the hit, they'll be sending some people to retrieve the black box to wipe the data, so you'll have to hurry. Alright, it's a pretty hefty contract, so it's probably pretty risky. This is actually an example of a opposition mission where
Let me know when it's
another
done.
group going for it. Right, so let's get out and... Are you done?
Sorry about that. I had to talk to that Eckhart.
Okay, so...
He just gave us the mission.
Wait, you're a guy?
Yeah, why not? I wanted to try something different. What do you think of my look?
Okay, so hold on guys. So one thing that we're going to show here, this is a feature that we've put into the game. It's not going to be in 3.0, but it will be soon afterwards. Two things. One, which is...
Don't just stare at me.
VoIP. And the other is what we call...
That is a great smile.
Face over IP. So hold up, guys.
Anyway, so we have this mission we got to do. We have to get a black box.
Hey, guys, just pause for a second, please. Are you hearing me or not? Alright, so hang on a second. We'll just... Hang on. Guys, can you pause? Just pause for a second. Oh, pause for a second. Okay, so... Sorry, we've got to coordinate because we have Melissa who's down in the basement as another player, and we have Glenn here. So, but we have what we call face over IP, which is a combination of diegetic voice over VoIP. So wherever we say, like, Melissa, can you back away talking, please?
Right, so like I was saying, we have this mission. We gotta get a black box. It's from Daymar. It shouldn't take too long, and I know the perfect pilot for it. Can you still hear me okay?
I can't hear you!
What was that?
I said speak up!
I still hear you!
Okay. So, now, Melissa, can you come forward talking and then go to Glenn's right?
So, after we do this mission, I need to head to Grimhex. Actually, Yellow. I left my ship there. So if you don't mind, and if it's not too much trouble, I'd really appreciate it.
So if you notice that, so the voice is fully diegetic.
It shouldn't take too long, especially because John's a really good pilot.
Okay,
He
all
can
right.
get us anywhere.
All right, back to in front of Glenn, Melissa. Give me a second before we go to the next stage. So it's fully diegetic. It's in the world. If it's the left, it's the, you hear the voice to the left. If it's the right, you hear the voice to the right. Or if you actually had 3D sound, you'd hear it behind you. It goes away in the distance. If you have a helmet on, it will become filtered and it will shift the comms. So that's part one. And the other part, which you've sort of seen a little bit that's happening here, is once we put that into the game, we sort of realized that if you don't have the face and the your lips moving when you're talking, not only that, to try and sort of see more of the emotion, it feels really weird in a game that has the fidelity that Star Citizen did. So we've been working with a company called Faceware to put their live tracking SDK into our game so we can drive our head rigs, and we have an advantage that we have this live rig technology that we've developed to work for Squadron 42 and that we use in the PU. And it's what drives Miles Eckhart, it's what drives all the stuff in Squadron 42, what drives the shopkeepers, and the advantage of that is that it has various poses for the faces, and as long as you can decode quick enough video coming in, then you can drive the facial stuff. So here we go. And Melissa, do you want to pull up your debug window so they can just see it tracking on your screen? There we go. So, if you can see, there's Melissa down in the basement. And it's, yeah. And the nice thing with the tracking here is that it's really, really smart. We don't have to train it. It will recognize your face, and you just have to do one calibration looking in the center. It works with it works with standard webcams, and if you have a better webcam, it will work even better. So these ones are ones we'll tell you about in a little bit. And then we have one more feature because this enables us to track heads. So Glenn, maybe. Let's switch to Glenn. So let's switch to Glenn's view. And I get a camera on Glenn. Okay, and then Glenn's view, there we go. Now Glenn, turn on your head tracking. Okay, so now on top of that, so it's essentially has the track AR functionality to be tracking the head as well, and it's quite useful, say, when you're in a cockpit looking around for situational awareness, and also, honestly, in these sort of situations, if you want to nod your head without having to move the mouse, it's pretty good. Okay, should we get back to our mission?
Oh yeah, what's that mission about?
Were you not listening? We need to get a black box at Daymar.
My apologies, it's just a little busy in here as well.
So should we get some weapons?
You're right. It looks exhilarating in here. Everyone's dancing.
So
I guess we should get some weapons.
Let's go.
Yep.
Either way.
Specifically, the railgun. Let's go.
Man, you're gonna blow some things up, don't you?
Oh yeah.
And so, I mean, the idea, we're doing our silly QA banner here, but the idea is when this feature's in, you and your friends can be running around talking to each other in the universe, which I think will help because it's much better to talk rather than type in a chat window.
Oh my God.
And because it's in the universe, you can hail people nearby, you can talk to people. So yes, you can use TeamSpeak or Discord or Mumble or something like that, but it won't be diegetic, and it also won't allow you to sort of talk to someone you meet in a bar or have all the channels set up diegetically for our game universe. So. Right, so here's an example of one of the additional shops in Levski.
It's just over here.
Yes, like that. And if you notice, here's one other thing, is you can actually see in multiplayer everyone using their Moby glass. So if she purchases whatever she's looking at, Melissa, this is over there.
The terminal is used if you want some more details of what we have in stock.
Okay, I'm going to have a look at the back, see if there's another over.
I'm gonna get me some ammo.
You do that. Wow, you know it means business when it has a skull on it.
Yep. It's pure evil. Which is perfect.
Over there, there's a few more items to check our spectrum selection.
Feels scary. You finished back there?
Yep. Got some other stuff too. You all set too?
Oh yeah.
We just got a few new items
Great.
in,
Let's
so make
go.
sure to check them out.
Nah, I'm good. Ladies first. Okay, so if we're going over to Daymar, we're going to get pilot.
Yep. I already told you. Jump.
Who's he again?
He's the guy you used to do some missions with back in the day. He has a constellation. He can kill us specifically. You can transport these things really easily.
So, what are we doing?
We need to get ship items. Dump through depot. If you don't mind, anyway.
Can't you buy it
John's
yourself?
not expecting us for a little while.
Hi. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with.
What was that, Glenn? Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, I was just listening to the woman.
Oh, don't talk to them. They just try to sell you things.
So anyway, so this, Dumpers Depot is on Levski. There'll be several other shops in 3.0 where you can buy various things like shell generators, coolers, power plants, and certain ones to upgrade your ships to make them better, because we have different grades of equipment with items 2.0. And you'll be able to buy ship weapons, and also at the various admin desks, there's commodity kiosks.
Are you ignoring me?
We just had a few new items in, so make sure to check them out.
Alright, should we go?
Well, yeah, we should probably go.
Yeah. Just wasting time here. I'm already done.
You have no patience.
Patience? What is that?
Exactly. Move it, you.
You know, by saying that, it's a bit hypocritical, don't you think?
So I'm thinking, we get to the top lob. We take the rover, and we drive it to John.
Sounds like a plan.
Because I'm not walking on Daymar. I hate sand.
I've never been to Daymar.
There's sand. Everywhere.
So I've heard. Do you think there will be a sandworm there?
Not another word.
That would be awesome.
What's with you in danger?
Don't be scared, Glenn. I'll protect you. I just bought a railgun.
I don't doubt you.
So we're going to head to the upper area of Levski, which is a totally new area, and it's where you connect to the outside and also the garages. So we're just going to go up one more level. It's there we go.
Nice jacket, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so here we are at the very upper level.
Alright. So I will get into my suit, and you will spawn the rover.
Yeah, no worries.
So Glenn's going to go up to the vehicle valet station, and this is where you summon your vehicle, so in this case a rover to the garage, but if you had a ship it would be to the hangar or the landing pads, and this works in concert with the air traffic control system, the ATC system, that is also new to 3.0 because now there'll be lots of players and landing zones. We don't want people to just hog a landing pad and ruin it for everyone else, so you have to request a landing spot, you get given it, you've got to land it within a certain period of time. When you land there, your ship gets taken into the sort of big ship storage of whatever the landing zone, and then you call it back up through vehicle valet, which is what we just did for the rover, and it'll be in a garage because with landing zones that actually are connected to a moon or in this case an asteroid planetoid, or
I'm all
a regular planet, you'd have
and ready to go.
So here we are, we're getting dressed up, so outside of Levski and Delamar there is absolutely no atmosphere, so we better put a spacesuit on. Putting a tasty blue and white number Explorer outfit, which is new for 3.0, as is what Melissa will be wearing. Well, he's got a helmet on. But and also you'll be able to save out predefined loadouts. So you know whatever you want to call it, your Sunday best. But it's looking quite down there.
And clear.
Can you still read me?
Yep.
So now you'll notice the voice is filtered because it's over comms in the helmets.
You're welcome.
I wanted to do.
So here we are outside.
I'll meet you in the rubber bud.
You see all that little AI wandering around here or something. So let's go out. The garages are to the right. We can see Melissa's actually getting into one of the rovers. But let's just take a look. So we're outside in this massive asteroid field, which is really quite great. So we've done a fair amount on the space landscaping in 3.0. So one other thing, Glenn, do you want to pull up your Moby? Look at the atmosphere out here. Glenn doesn't like when I do that because this can be quite risky. He's died a few times when we did run-throughs for the press. So as you can see, there's zero atmosphere out there. So we'll just go
You're about to make a bad
take
decision.
his helmet off. Okay, we'll wait a sec. Save changes. Quick. Not yet, not yet. Okay, good. Save it. Alright, if I left that a bit too long, we've done it and Glenn's died. And then he has to respawn him all the way down, which makes it a bit slow. But rest assured, he let it off longer than he would have asphyxiated.
Yeah, I just nearly had a total recall moment. You all strapped in?
Yep. Let me just give John a call.
Looking good. For a dude.
Thanks.
Full screen for the call, maybe. Okay, so as you can see on our Moby glass, the communications that we showed the other way, the other view. Thank you. So we're calling.
We do. For Eckhart. That guy is so lazy.
Eckhart. This should be interesting then.
Yep. We're at Levski. Are you nearby?
Yeah, I'm just pulling into Levski now. I'll meet you at the landing pad.
In fact, we can pull up
Great.
where
See
he
you
is
then.
in the constellation pool, maybe? No, too late, but pull up. So anyway, we can video. We showed
John's ready for us.
We showed the
Let's go.
secondary viewport and render detection stuff. So that's an example of it. We open up a comm channel to another player flying in his constellation over Delmar and talk to him face to face, which is the reason why we were doing all this secondary viewport stuff, to have video comms between players in different ships, different locations, as well as the holographic stuff that we showed. So let's go meet John. And as you can see, Delmar's had a lot of work. The team in Germany, the environment team's really been working hard on it. It also uses all the most recent technology improvements we've done for the planetary tech. So in any one of these views, there'll be about 100,000 interest objects. So small rocks, big rocks, whatever. You call them stalagmites going up? I can never remember. I think it is stalagmites going up. But you know, obviously, if we were on something that was a little less arid, you know, it would be different kinds of ecosystems. So say you have forests or
Nearly hit a rock.
grass plains or mountains or hills or oceans. But here we go.
Find my driving is impeccable.
There we go. All right, and here we come in. Here comes John in the constellation. And it's not just a constellation, it's actually a constellation Aquila. John needs to. Yeah, John, I think you need to line up a bit better. There you go.
Easy does it.
That's a big book.
Alright, let me out here.
Maybe switch to. There we go. So here's John lowering the cargo bay for us.
Alright, Glenn. Nice and easy.
Looking good.
Really good.
First try.
Yeah, marking these things is quite the challenge.
Am I a little too far forward? You might be.
Just a tiny bit.
You want John's view picture-in-picture, don't you, Paul?
That's good.
Alright, bring us up, John. Bringing you up. Cheers, mate.
Switch to the view of Glenn. Yeah.
You just like another. You are.
Hey, John.
Hey, welcome aboard.
Thanks for doing this last minute.
Oh, no problem. Always up for a job. Ships aren't either expensive. I'm pretty good at box figuring.
Why do I get the feeling that Glenn's back there admiring his parking job?
Probably. It wasn't 100% perfect. Hi.
Ready for this?
Yeah. Shake on it.
Always lagging behind.
Right.
Alright, let's take those guys. As you can see, Delamar's gotten a lot prettier since we showed it last year. of a view of like the craters and stuff on the other side.
It's just 25 to see about.
Go down, I guess the principal out. So Delamar is probably one of the smallest of the planetoids we have. It's probably about, I think it's about maybe 200 kilometers in diameter. So it's a lot smaller than the moons. So when we get to the moons, you'll sort of see the difference, but it's essentially a quite large asteroid. And just going to get far enough away from, and as you can see, the space landscaping's much better than it was at 2.6. When I look down, we see the big crater. So you can, yeah, there you go. And the crater to that left, you can see in there, I think the entirety of Skyrim fits inside there. So this is one of our smallest little planetoids. Good. Well, hey. So you can see Crusader actually off to the right. So we head up on Daymar. That's a bug. Another game crash. John's machine crash, yeah. Alright, sorry guys, the pilot's machine crashed, which is why I disappeared in the middle of the jump. Can you take over the pilot seat? Alright, we're going to try to recover from this, get the pilot seat back, because unfortunately John has left flight, power it off and power it back on to get it going. Listen, do you have flight control? Power it off and up. Okay, alright. Well, we'll just have to get back to the top quickly. Alright. So should we reset that? Okay. Alright, sorry, this didn't happen on run through that we just did before we did this. We're going to reset because we lost player 3 and we can't get control of the Connie. So everything else is running. But the server's running, but player 3 lost, and we can't recycle the power on the constellation unless you try to. Can you try? Is it? Are we trying this one more time? We're just going to reset it. One more time. Or should we just do it from the? Should we just get back to this point really quickly? No, I'm just saying we should get back to the point. Yeah, here. We've done all shopping. Just except from house, I can't run up here and do it. Just play past stuff quickly. There you want to do that? I think they got power off. Let's try that. No, just try this again. They got power off. Try it again. They put power off. Okay, let's roll it from the start. Hey Paul, let's just get back in. Let's just roll it from the start because otherwise it's going to be We're going to restart because we lost player 3, and when we lost him, we couldn't get control back of the colours. So you're going to get to do it again. We're going to get to do it again, but this time we won't have as much banter, and we'll get back to this point. Yeah, but it worked on the last couple of playthroughs. Reconnect it. So just speed, like we just speed run back through it and do it again. Have you got the weapons? And do you need to buy the weapons? Well, you don't really. Well, you can just get. I did warn you that it potentially has some crashes in there. That was not one crash that we had in our. We had a few other crashes in our various playthroughs, but not that particular one, unfortunately. But you get to see it again. Here's the positive thing of it. Hey, do not show the loading screen, by the way. Off on the loading screen. Just be on the Star Citizen screen. Yeah, I'm trying to tell me. Hey, Paul, please get off the loading screen. get back. But I'm not going to do much talking. I'm going to let the pros do their work. So we got to go get our mission again. Mouse is out for.
Glad you can make it. Grab a seat. From time to time, jobs find their way to me that aren't orthodox requests. That's a better way to say them. Let's just say they aren't the kind of ops you can give to just anyone. They require a very specific type of person. Mutual friends have told me that you might be one of those precious few who are capable of completing a contract without question. If I'm wrong, we can leave it at that. Enjoy a drink in my spectacular company for a few minutes, and we'll part ways with the understanding that this meeting never happened. If I'm right, I might just have a gig that I could use you for. To give you some backstory here, one of the many services Eckhart Security provides is as independent investigators. Sometimes that means extracting black box data, pulling data pads from wrecks, or even looking for missing persons. Different day, different job. That's what my dad always said. Sending you the details. Let me know when it's done.
Cheers, Miles.
Glenn!
Let's get us a railgun.
Yes, let's go.
Showtime, move!
Alright, there's a wreck.
Shut up!
Hi, welcome.
That's the one.
Yoink.
We've just received some exciting new products.
Let's
Have
go.
a look.
Yeah, not that lady. Go, go, go! Off, 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 off!
Right. So this pilot, John, is really particular about who sits in his co-pilot seats. So don't sit in them. we'll just have a really nice view.
There's seatbelts left.
Just hold on to the railing.
Right.
You get the feeling deja vu?
Yeah, a bit.
On you cycle. Just like.
Ladies first. Alright, let me call John really quick.
Hello?
Hey, John.
Hey, Melissa.
Are you ready to pick us up?
Yeah, I just landed at the landing pad.
Perfect. We're on our way. John's ready for us.
Let's rock and roll.
Wonder how far the deep, or how deep, the borehole goes.
I could chuck you down there.
You would. Nice driving, slick. Let me out here.
Bring it in.
Right.
Yeah, looking good.
Actually looks pretty good. What do you think, John?
Credit for that.
Turn it off.
Creep me forward a little bit. Go on, bring me up, buddy. Okay, bring you up.
Hey, John.
Hey, so, my ship's a bit, you know, it's taking some damage. Maybe don't sit in the seats, don't touch any buttons, and we'll be good. We're gonna stand around while you fly. I mean, this is a comfortable ship. Make yourself at home. Just, you know.
Sorry about that.
Hey,
Touch the wall here.
Star map, figure out where we're going. And you see in the view, you guys can see that's Crusader off to the right, and then we're going to Caterpillar on Delamar, which is almost 1 million kilometers away, 793,000 kilometers. as you can see, by the way, Daymar is much larger than Delamont. I think it's maybe 1,000 or so kilometers in diameter.
Good job, John. I owe you a beer. If this mission goes well, you want me to? What's the easiest on landing, John? I'm just trying to use, so, you know.
John, what's the speaker guy?
John, the view is sound. Yeah, that sounds.
Okay, so watch don't have friends sit back until after they've jumped. By the way,
Coming in hot. The turbulence.
John, this is pretty fast, you know. Be fine. I think I smell the wreckage.
I see it too.
Cool. There's a few rocks around here.
Try and find a flat area. Easy now.
Whoa! Stay on. It's a little rough, but we're in one piece. John, you need your license to check it, mate. I'm gonna have a few days before you guys come along.
I think you're related.
Exactly.
Ready when you guys are.
Alright, John. Cheers, mate.
Oh, there it is. It's magic.
Whoa, Watch out.
Well, it's just a sync. It's a sync issue. It takes a second to sync it up.
Okay, you ready? Ready. Let's do this.
Sweet.
It's behind us, by the way. Oh, watch out for the rock! You know what? Next time, I'm driving.
Still got that GoFundMe page.
Let's go back in the distance.
We don't talk about that. Besides, I've been practicing.
Okay, we don't need to speed run anymore, guys.
I got first.
We don't need to speed run anymore. We're back where we were.
Let's look out there.
You turn off the rover. All the lights went off. I'm out now. Could have waited. Alright, I'm ready. I'll scout ahead.
Nice, good.
Yeah, I need to get it repaired. But it still works.
Okay, well, you take point. You got the weapons.
Alright, I'm checking this left side first.
What a mess. This looks recent. Anyways,
Yeah.
check over your clothes.
Thanks, Mom. Get rid of that. Tried it yet?
Can you see the point?
Got some stairs here. Careful. All sparks everywhere. I think I found it.
Oh, what do you know?
Sorry.
Do you want to take point?
I'll let you lead.
I'll go.
It's fine, I'll watch your back.
right in the butt.
It'll be an accident. They'll just respawn. Maybe. I think I actually lost you. I found it.
Alright, John, we got what we came for. Awesome. Nice and quiet out here.
Alright. Get in the river.
You go first.
I'm driving this time.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm in. Don't forget to close the door.
It's closed.
Thanks.
You're very welcome.
Well done. Just let them know we're on our way.
Alright, John. We're on our way.
Craig, by the way, when
Oh,
the camera's
gracious.
on you, they
Yeah.
as you're looking off.
Pops.
We got
This is gonna be even bigger then.
You're always
Hopefully.
So that wasn't so hard. Second fire. Under attack. Under attack. Take damage. She's taking damage. My engine not working properly.
Oops. Alright, well, guess they lost their eye. Glenn, you gonna call for help? Well, I don't got the almost put vehicle. It's completely flat. Right.
Line it up, line it up.
Don't have any visual. Come on, bud. You can do it.
No.
Are they gone?
Have we called for help?
That's a no.
Sayonara, sucker. What's that about?
Cheer them on, buddy.
Hey guys, I think it's time to call for some help.
He's down, babysitting the payload.
Alright. Okay.
I hear you.
Yeah, we're gonna set our ship down for landing. We're gonna load you in. Let's get clear of these rocks.
Awesome.
Just look at this guy. We're hard to miss. Yeah, it's a lucky you look careful.
Frank is really quiet on his cups. I don't know.
Looks like we took some damage.
Well, yeah, we do.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
You better not.
These are gladiators from the Actress, by the way. So, in order to shoot you. Alright, let's bring it out.
That's a huge ship.
Just in landing position. Hey, Melissa.
What?
Let me out. I want to get up to that thing.
Go on then. Just close the door. On your way out.
Alright, open the way.
So as you can see, the Idris is
It's a little too
pretty
high.
large.
Adjusting position.
Good, but
So
not
it's
that
the
good.
first working capital ship that we've got in the game.
I'm disappointed. Hey, son.
It was better speed as well. Better speed.
Alright. Never done this before. Let's see how it goes.
That's not gonna be good.
charm.
Alright, let me line this up again. Here we go. Almost. So much sand. Here we go. No!
But he's got one of them.
I forgot to ask, did you get something for the captain for his birthday? That's his wife, okay? It's next week. I was just gonna put my name on like a card and give him some vouchers or something.
Guys, please roll off.
Then you want to take your railgun off? Take your railgun off and see the captain.
Alright, Rover, join me on the bridge. Closing back over. Hello?
What's going on atmosphere?
Guess I'll find my own way. Alright, Jen. Join me in the bridge. Arms here for takeoff. Get us out of Daymar.
Proximity alert. Proximity alert. Stop. Proximity alert. Proximity alert.
Hello!
Proximity alert.
Bonjour, Captain. Bonjour, Robin. Thanks for saving us out there. It was my pleasure. I just wish Melissa and John were here to see that.
There you go. So, let's take a little pause here. Let's bring it down. Leaving Daymar.
Alright, now let's talk about our, compensations. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
About that.
There you go. So, sorry it was a bit rough there. We've had playthroughs that have run all the way, and then we have playthroughs that we've had, because as you can see, that's why you don't have 3.0 now. We're still working on some of the bugs. We're working really hard, but it's a much more complicated endeavor than any of the previous releases just because of the scale, the locations, the amount of objects and entities that we're dealing with is geometrically larger than we've done before. I mean, it's millions of brushes and entities in the 3.0 we just showed you versus maybe 50,000 or so in 2.6. So it requires a fair amount of engineering to make everything work, and obviously you can still see that there's some crashes here and there. And we had a multiplayer demo there with a lot of different people in, so when someone goes down and they're flying the ship, it's hard to recover, which is what happened in the early one. But yes, that's the first time we've had a flying capital ship, and most of the times we've gotten the buggy up the ramp, but we're still, as you know, they're still working for some physics things, so we probably shouldn't have pushed it too much there. I'm pretty excited about seeing ships that size with people talking with each other, making funny faces to each other, flying in the world. So I'm not giving you a 3.0 overview. That was actually us playing the game. But we're just going to talk about a couple other things, because the other things that come with 3.0 is going to be the new launcher, which has installer, self-update features, refreshed UI, backend to manage secure build distributions, core support for installing multiple games, launch configuration, so we can handle everything from our QA, PTU, and the live builds. And we have the Delta patcher, which I know you guys are going to be all very excited about, because and we've actually been using it for internally in our development for the last 3 or 4 weeks. There's still been a few bugs, but it definitely speeds up getting the freshest build, so it'll speed up getting the newest build for you guys and not take a vast amount of data. And it's also going to have an early Spectrum integrated into the actual patcher client. So this is what the platform team's doing at Turbulent. So they're working on the desktop support, which is, we're talking about a new installer, the launcher, the patcher, obviously, and the game overlay. So as you're playing the game, you can actually bring up Spectrum as an overlay and chat to your friends and organizations. VoIP, so we're going to be putting VoIP into Spectrum as well as putting it into the game. And in fact, the Spectrum integration is actually what the backend data channel is going to be used for our sort of VoIP/FOIP. And in the case that we're showing here, this was all going through our game server, which would rather not put that much data through the game server because it's already got a lot to do for simulation load. So that is what once we have the Spectrum side, that will enable us to turn it on for the game for you guys. So here it is. That's kind of the setup of it. Spectrum is the sort of core backbone. We have both our sort of website platform and then the game world. And the backbone is going to allow the transport of the face and voice data, you know, the ship-to-ship, the helmet comms, the area around you, the proximity, and then we'll also be able to do chat in voice over IP in Spectrum, so it'll have the same sort of Discord size features. What's that? No, the voice over IP is not going to be in 3.0. So that's what we're working towards. But I'm saying the Spectrum implementation for the backend data channel is what will enable us to turn on the VoIP, face over IP in the game. So we're aiming to do it for 3.1. So it's the next release afterwards. So we gave you a preview. And I'm not going to give you a date for that, by the way, because no. I'm not even going to I'm not making any promises. I'm not giving you any date whatsoever. But I will say everyone's working very, very hard. Yeah, that's very good. So one extra thing we'll do here, guys, can you switch to audio for this? No? Okay, let me go back. So we go here. All right. So we have a little video to talk a bit more about the face over IP implementation. So you saw some of what we're doing. This will go into a little bit more technical detail and also talk about our partnership with Faceware. So here we go.
Hi there everyone, I'm Sean Tracy, and for those that don't know me, I'm the Technical Director of Content here at Cloud Imperium Games. And today I'm really lucky to be able to show you a feature that I'm personally really excited about, and this is a collaboration between Faceware Technologies and Cloud Imperium Games, and what I'm going to show you is how we've integrated facial tracking into Star Citizen. Here I am. You can see that there's a bunch of different dots on my face, and these are landmark points that we use for facial tracking, and the tracking is quite intelligent. So as I turn my head and a face is lost, we actually disable the facial tracking, and if I turn this way, this is handy for things like occlusion, so if your hand gets in the way, maybe a pen gets in the way, we disable the facial tracking in those instances. Now, you're not here to see my face, let's go ahead and take a look at how this actually maps to a character. So you may recognize this gentleman. This is Liam Cunningham, who plays Captain White in Squadron 42. One of the really important things to notice, or to note rather, is that this is still early days with this technology. We're doing a lot to map and to improve the quality of the actual tracking, as well as adding new phonemes in to the tracking so that the runtime logic reacts exactly as we expect it to. So this is never meant to be a replacement for facial animation, but rather something for the players to be able to run and to drive an actor in real time, or a character rather in real time. So to explain how this all kind of works is that we've got a bunch of outputs that happen from the Live SDK technology, and then through a layer called motion logic, we map all of that to inputs of our runtime rig. And since every character within Star Citizen has its own unique runtime rig created dynamically, they will always react appropriately to whatever the inputs are. So it won't exactly be my blinks, it'll be Liam Cunningham's blinks. You can see even things like the ears moving when the scout moves. And we even track the eyes. So let's go ahead and show how actually different bits of rig logic might react a little bit differently, giving a different character essentially. As Belosa, he has really quite nice wrinkle maps that happen on the side of his face. I'm going to pull my face to the side. Where this feature really comes into its own is in the combination of it with our VoIP technology. We've talked about how this feature can work on a consumer-level web camera. However, here's Peter Bush from Faceware to talk about a motion sensor they've developed specifically for this feature.
Hi, my name is Peter Bush. I'm one of the co-founders of Faceware Technologies and Faceware Interactive. Faceware is a facial motion capture company. We create hardware and software products that can create animation simply from video. About a year ago, Cloud Imperium asked us to do something we've never done before. Integrate our real-time technology into Engine and allow game characters to interact and emote in real time, but by being live-driven by the players themselves. This is quite an engineering challenge, but I knew my teams in Austin and Los Angeles could collaborate with the incredibly talented Cloud Imperium development team to make this happen. The new VoIP feature will work with nearly any camera, but we were asked what's going to create the best possible experience. So we set out to engineer the first gaming device designed specifically for facial tracking. Here it is, the first prototype facial motion sensor. This is the first one off the production line. Now there are many specs about this device that are going to give you the best possible experience for facial tracking. First, the image sensor runs at 60 frames per second. Now while that's important, is the way in which our technology works. From one video frame to the next, we basically can create an animated result. Meaning what we see in that first video frame, we're going to analyze the expression on your face, and by the next video frame we have that animated result. So the faster that frame rate is running, the faster you're going to be able to keep up and get that performance. And at 1/25th or 1/30th of a second, which is common in most webcams, it might not keep up and your lip sync might not read. But at 1/60th of a second, now the words that you're saying are going to be spoken by your character running in-game. Now second, we looked at where most common you're going to be using this device, and more often than not, you're only going to be lit by the light coming from your monitor, so the sensor had to work in a low light environment. So we selected a 1/3 inch, 3.4 megapixel sensor that's capable of 720 or 1080 at 60 frames per second in a near dark environment. Third, most webcams are a wide-angle lens, which makes your face a little bit smaller in frame and a lot less facial details and facial pixels for our technology to capture and track. So we've selected a single user field of view. Now this allows our technology to basically get more pixels from your face from that frame and get the best possible facial details in the engine. Now fourth, we put on a high resolution glass lens that's going to resolve that data and give us the best possible and sharpest focus for facial tracking. These specs are going to allow you to have the best possible experience with the new VoIP feature. While this is only a prototype, we're going to go into mass production and we're going to bring this to you. We've been working on this technology for nearly 7 years, but this is the first game that's wanted to integrate this into engine and allow character-to-character communication like you've never seen before. We're excited to bring this to Star Citizen, and we can't wait to see what you do with it.
Having integrated this technology, there's a lot of ideas and things we wanted to try with it.
So one of the ideas that we came up with was that because we already know the position of the face itself, we actually know where the head is. So we can do something pretty exciting that I find very fun, is head tracking. So as I move my head in real life, all the camera is moved, just as if you were driving a track IR sort of simulation. But this is, again, all from a consumer level web camera. So this actually adds quite a bit. I find that this gives me a ton of situational awareness when I'm flying around. I can just move my head a little bit more. I can check on my power, check on my shields. I can even inspect things a little bit up close if I combine this with zoom. So we got some towers over there. Look up. You can even do crazy stuff like rolls. So roll it the other way. And it's kind of fun if we combine it with this. So here I'll try to keep my head on the horizon until it's just too much. And then we put it back over it. Maybe look up. Let's see if we can see anything from Levski there. Oh yeah, cool. Alright, and then we'll roll it back over. One of these. Oop, that was the other way. And there we go. So as you can see, it is very natural, and you can just look around within it. And again, it's kind of coming for free because we're already tracking the facial position, so we can extrapolate from that what the head position is.
So as you can see, the collaboration between Faceware and Cloud Imperium Games, even in this early stage of development, is already breaking new ground and doing things that haven't really been seen before. So we're really excited to develop these features, and we can't wait to get them to you. So until then, this is Sean Tracy from Cloud Imperium Games Los Angeles, saying goodbye.
Eric's got a little song that he sometimes kind of comes and sings, and it looks pretty awesome. So, you want to take it away?
I once was a man outside.
Perfect.
So we actually, we only just got these prototypes. We actually, like Glenn's using it here. I think Melissa was using it downstairs, but earlier in the press run-throughs we were using normal webcams, and these are better because they're more focused on your face, and 60 frames a second is better than 30 frames, but it will work with 30 frames a second. So we'll let you know a bit more about this as we go forward, but we actually have real working prototypes, which is great because we didn't get to that stage properly on the joystick debacle we had. So we're not going to do that on this one. We're definitely, it's good. We choose our partners better now. And I can say that because Mad Cats is gone now. So now I got a question for you guys. Would you like to see a little bit more Idris action? All right. Okay. So. All right. Well, let's go back. We should pick up the story where it was. And I'll let Paul take it away back there.
Alright guys, welcome aboard the Rochefort.
Thanks for letting us board. We really appreciate
My
it.
pleasure. Glad to have you back.
Oh man, you really saved us back there. And, Melissa, you're looking surprisingly alive.
Yeah,
That looks good on you though.
I just ejected.
Alright, but what were you doing on that planet, man?
So, we took a contract with Econ Securities. And, well, I guess we weren't the only ones that took one.
Yeah, I guess not. So, where does that contract take you, really?
It's alright with you. We need to go to Grimhex.
Grimhex, eh? Well, I guess set a course for Yella. Well, yeah, you heard me.
Boss lock, ready to engage on your command.
Make it so.
Engage, QT drive.
Okay, this is all really cool. Friends of yours?
Guess we'll find out.
Attention! Enemy Idris Captain. So far today, you have destroyed 2 of my ships, killed 2 of my men, and stole my black box. So, I'm going to give you exactly 1 chance. Either hand over the box, or I'll put a hole in the ship and scavenge through the wreck.
That is nothing.
I called from that one.
Can we talk about this? We already talked about it. You've got 1 option, and that's that.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to come and get it then.
I prefer that anyways. Let's get out there. Game time.
Alright, guys, get the fire blazer. Find the turrets.
Heading down.
Scramble the fires. Ready to roll. Power up. New vehicle takeoff.
Right side, hold green. Still alive and kicking. Who you, boys? Stand by for landing.
Nice flight, Mark.
You too, Melissa.
What? I wasn't flying. I'm drinking again.
Before we shoot, Jesus, man. Hey, man. I haven't flown a turret in years. That was fun. Yeah, it was good fighting. So I guess we made some new friends. And enemies. Stuff coming up in the books for sure. As people die today.
Alright.
Where are you off to?
Alright, it's a high degree of difficulty. We'll see. Okay. Switch to exit the ship. Alright. Good. There we go. Alright, we brought him home.
You took it, Tom.
We're gonna... Okay, we can finish, Paul. Thank you. There we go. Now, I got a question for you. The team's probably going to kill me. If you want to wait for another minute, do you want to do another run of that battle? But this time, we tell them that the bad guys don't have to lose. Whoever wins, wins. And have a proper fight. Yes? You want to do that? Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. No stormtrooper shooting. Best side wins. What's that? Yeah, vodka soda, please. So, alright, it'll take them a few minutes to respin up the server and bring up the clients. So anyway, that's the first time that we've only got capital ships fighting probably about a week ago, but it's actually pretty cool, and obviously it's going to get much smoother. You can see some sync issues between different views and stuff, which are things that we're working on 3.0. But yeah, this is going to, I don't know, it's going to be pretty awesome going forward, because you'll be able to fly everything from a single-seater ship to the multi-crew ships to huge capital ships, do it with a large group of your friends, by yourself, small amount of people. I think it'll be fun. How long until you do this? Yes. Let's show the team downstairs. That'll be great. So here they are. This is the guys. So it's a combination of German and UK test teams and a couple of actual volunteers from you guys, community. Thank you. All right. Cheers, everybody. Hey guys, so it'll be about 5 minutes. Do you want me to play, say, the 600i commercial again at the beginning? Alright. Just get some eye candy for you while we're waiting. You sit back.
An orchestra. Master technicians of their craft, working in perfect unity to transform notes into sound and those sounds into an experience. But most of all, it takes emotion. A feeling so powerful that it transcends words. It must be conveyed in another form. Introducing the new 600i from Origin. Symphony in motion. See your authorized Origin dealer for details.
plus 12, 20. Fine. So I hope you enjoyed both seeing some of the 3.0 stuff that you're going to get to play very soon, and some of the stuff that will be in the near future. And let's bring up the guys so you can actually see the team. So, yeah. Here we. Alright, the QA guys are up. This is one of them. You should get it. Set up, don't have anything up. Alright. Who else we got? Oh, wait. Come on, yeah, bow, John, bow. Thank you very much for coming to the event here. I think we'll hang out for a bit if you want to say hi and have some drinks. I think we've got some. What do we have? Oh yeah, should get signatures from the battlers here. And I'll be happy, and the rest of the team will be happy to talk to you guys and sign things, do whatever else. We really appreciate your support, allowing us to build the game of our dreams and your dreams, I think, and enable us to sort of do things that we showed tonight, and we will endeavour and work really hard to get you 3.0 as soon as possible, and many awesome things beyond that. And I'm sure I'll talk to you in a bit, and I'm also looking forward to showing you and seeing you guys at CitizenCon as well. So, thank you very much.
PS4 for the players.